What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rico, the acronym, and today is Rico's Reviews, not Rico's Rants. It's Rico's Reviews. That's right. All right. Today I'm gonna be reviewing the new Dave Chappelle Netflix special, The Closer. Personally, I enjoyed it, but a lot of people are offended by it. There's calls to take it down off of Netflix and everything. So let's go ahead and break it all the way down. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, spoiler alert is in effect. I'm about to break it all the way down. So if you want to watch it first, then watch this, probably a better idea so you can have some context. All right, let's get into it. First of all, it starts off with a really stupid molestation joke about him being molested by a priest and him coming in a priest's face. Fucking weird. All right. He has this weird joke about what was it? Space. It was about if there was a, a group of people that aliens were actually people that used to live on Earth and went to another planet and it didn't work out, so they came back and they were reclaiming it. He called it Space Jews. All right. Yeah, I could kind of see how that be seen. That could kind of be seen as anti-Semitic. But yet again, we're talking about a comedy special. This is not a news site. So yet again, these things are not supposed to be taken as fact. These are supposed to be taken as jokes. So I also noticed that off the bat, after making the baby joke, he also condemned his words. If you actually pay attention to what he's saying, I do not have the permission to put all his stuff up on here, and so I'm not going to do that. But make sure you go watch it for yourself so you can understand what is actually being said. The biggest thing that I saw pointed out that personally I enjoyed being pointed out because I see it all the time in the community is the disparity between the gay rights movement and the black rights movement. Black Lives Matter, civil rights, all that stuff. Because it does seem that every time black people ask for some shit, they throw somebody in front of us. It's either Koreans, whoever, Asians, Jewish people, or in this case, gay people, gay white people, that is, because racism does exist within the gay community. If you don't know, ask your local black gay dude. He'll tell you. But getting back to my point, though, he pointed out that that's very much how America treats it. America doesn't treat it as equal, even though we see it as equal. We see it as, two peoples being, put down by the government and everything and needing to get their rights and right marriage and all the other good stuff. But it does seem that as soon as black people start asking for shit, that everybody's put in front of us, including the gay community. That is not to say that is the gay community's fault. So let me go ahead and put that out there. And mind you, this is my opinion. That is not the gay community's fault that happens, but it is something that we have to notice. All right. He mentions a lot of respect for Stonewall. He was making fun of a lot of the younger gays is what he called them. He said he want to be like them Stonewall niggas. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. The fact that he showed so much respect for Stonewall and people are still trying to get this taken down. It's crazy. I know some people were talking about, he promoted violence towards trans people by telling this joke about a story. I guess it's a story, a real story or a joke. I'm not really sure. I wouldn't have to bar my damn self. But he was talking about having to defend himself against a lesbian woman, I guess possibly trans. I'm not really sure. But, this lady, swings on him first and he's like, I had to do what I had to do. I had to go to work. I'll save the joke for what's actually on the specials. Like I said, go watch the special. It is really funny. He also mentioned a lot of racism in the feminist movement. If you know anything about the, beginnings of suffrage, the suffrage movement, he mentioned how they didn't want Sojourner Truth to speak at some of these meetings. And she got up there and she spoke anyway. And she said, "Ain't I a woman?" This is something I heard a long, long time ago when I was a kid. Ain't I a woman? Ain't I a woman? So, yet again, stuff that a lot of people don't like to bring up because they swear to God it's going to divide us even further. But how can you divide what's already divided? I enjoyed that. I also enjoyed his gotta get off the bus and walk. And that one goes for everybody. That's around the board. That's white, black, gay, straight, trans, whatever. A lot of people talk the talk, but not a lot of y'all are willing to get off the bus and walk. And that's real talk. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Let's keep on going. He points out the verbal traps that a lot of SJWs will pull on you. And if you don't know what an SJW is, a social justice warrior. That's these people that like to just argue for the sake of arguing. They always trying to argue and take up for somebody. Usually these are white liberal people. This is what it is. They like to drink a lot of coffee and chai. Let's see, what else? The one thing I can see where people had such an issue was that he pointed out that he believed that gender is a fact and that he is a TERF, a trans exclusionary radical feminist. I could see how that would be an issue. That is his, that's his personal belief. I didn't hear him say that that was the only way to think. In fact, I'm pretty sure he pointed out that was not the only way to think and that it wasn't the only way that was right. That's just what he believed. So I'm not really understanding the whole, oh my God, he's such a this, he's such a that. I'm not really getting it. I'm not really getting it. He did mention another thing that I really enjoyed. He mentioned the Kevin Hart scandal, which I've always thought was really fucked up. Like, we've all seen, if you're a Kevin Hart fan, you've seen all of his specials. You've seen the joke where he talks about his son being gay. Why would they let him host the Oscars and then take it away from him for jokes like, not even for that joke, for tweets, that he made years ago? Y'all shouldn't even offer him the job. That was really fucked up. It really seemed like a setup. It really did. But, at the end of all this, he makes one promise. He says he's promising not to joke about the trans community until he is sure that we are all laughing together. That's what he said. That's the actual quote. We are all laughing together. So, like I said, after watching this, I'm not really 100% sure why people are tripping about this. This seemed like a really well-crafted comedy special that, for those of us out here that maybe don't think as deep as others, could easily seem extremely offensive. But I saw a meme that said this, and I thought it was really funny and very true. Nobody was this mad at Dave Chappelle when he was making fun of black people. When he was making fun of white people, nobody was this upset. It seems as if they got really, really upset about this one. But yet again, how can you cancel somebody that walked away from $50 million on their beliefs? You don't really get to do that. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't. You can cancel them in certain circles, but let's be real about it. Dave Chappelle's done a lot more than a lot of the people that are trying to cancel him. That's also one more thing I wanted to bring up that he brought up. He brought up a lot of the BS in the feminist movement and the Me Too movement. One of the things he said, and I really enjoyed this one, is how, a lot of the actresses that were all, hashtag Me Too and everything, how none of them went out and fired their male publicists and their male managers and went out and got a nobody girl from the office that was just busting her ass and make her into something. None of them did that. He said none of that wasn't any of their ideas. He said, it is my idea, though. And then he makes a joke about, feminist movement needing a male leader. Funny joke, like I said. But yet again, I can see why people are pissed about it, but I don't see why people are calling for cancellation. That's really some, that's where I end up coming on that line of like censorship. Like, come on now. There's actual dangerous rhetoric out here being spread, and then there's Dave Chappelle's Netflix comedy special. There is a difference between an Alex Jones and a Dave Chappelle. There's a difference between, people that are telling you straight conspiracy theories and claiming that to be fact, and Dave Chappelle making jokes. Let's be real about this, y'all. But that's all I got to say. Y'all get at me in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about it. If you watch it, if you're not going to watch it, what you feel about it. I want to know. Holla at me. Get at me on the Twitter. Get at me on the IG. It's your boy Rico. And this has been The Review. Peace.